Just an hour north of Auckland, everything changes. The traffic drops away behind you, the skyline fades into rolling country, and before you know it, you've stepped into another era of Kiwi golf. This is Wellsford Golf Course. Founded in the 1930s, shaped by farmers, and proudly sitting on nearly a century of Northland history. It's raw, it's rugged, and it's real. A course that feels like it belongs to the land, because it genuinely does. What I love about this place is that it wasn't built by developers, it was built by locals. Farmers, labourers, families, working together, carving out fairways out of paddocks by hand, cattle grazed by the rough, members pushed mowers across the greens themselves, and the first clubhouse? Well, nothing more than a shed than a clubhouse, but they were proud of it. You can feel it the moment you step out of the car. This isn't polished corporate golf, this is Northland golf, the way it used to be played. The thing about Wellsford is how immediately comfortable it feels. There's no pretense, there's no pressure. You can take a deep breath, look down the fairway and just swing. The fairways roll with the land, the greens have personality, subtle slopes you don't see until you're standing over your putt, and every hole feels like it has its own little pocket of Northland carved into it. Wellsford has this unique balance. It's welcoming, but it's also never really letting you switch off. The long par 4s, well, they're kind of stretched out. The par 3s, demand a little bit of precision. And the dog legs, well, if you aren't really sure whether to lay up or take it on, it's going to teach you a lesson or two. And the course isn't perfect, I'll be honest. And that's the charm. It's unfiltered. It has character. It reminds you of why you fell in love with golf in the first place, because it's a game played outside, in places like this. Every now and then you'll hear a cow in the distance, and they've seen some shots, trust me. There's something about golf with the countryside that slows your brain down. The wind carries differently, the light sits softer on the fairways, and you start to appreciate the walk almost as much as the shots. Wellsford isn't trying to be fancy, and that honestly makes it more fun. What surprises a lot of people is how much variety you get out here. Some holes open up in front of you like a runway, wide, spacious, inviting, and others tighten around you, forcing you to hit shots instead of just swinging. You'll get elevation changes, challenging approaches, greens that test your touch, and moments where the course steers you to hit the hero line. And moments where the smart play is just to take your medicine. It's a course that rewards good golf and exposes lazy golf. One of the coolest things about Wellsford is how many locals grew up playing here. Kids who learned the game on these fairways now bring in their own kids to do the same. Nearly 100 years of golfers walking these same lines, making the same mistakes, celebrating the same great shots, and it's quite unbelievable to think about that there was 100 years of people walking up and down these fairways. When a course survives this long, there's always a reason, and with Wellsford, the reason is simple. It's good golf in a place that feels like home. If you've been trapped in the Auckland grind, packed tee sheets, 5-hour rounds, traffic for days, Wellsford feels like a reset button. You get space, you get quiet, you get that feeling of, I'm actually playing golf, not waiting to play golf. And it's the kind of place you come once and then immediately plan your next visit. It's only an hour and a half away. The back stretch of the course brings everything together. The wind off the hills, the longer par 4s, the tricky greens, and that peaceful rural backdrop. By this point in the round, you've settled into the rhythm of the place. You're not fighting the course, you're flowing with it. And that's when Wellsford is at its best. As you walk up the last, there's this quiet satisfaction. Not because you scored well, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but because you just played a round of golf that felt real. It's a piece of Northland golf history, a course with almost a century of stories, and the kind of laid-back charm that you can't manufacture. This is Wellsford Golf Club. Simple, genuine, community built, and one of the most underrated golf experiences in New Zealand. If you live in Auckland, you've got to get up there. Appreciate your time, Wellsford. Thank you so much. Let's get on to the next.